Welcome back to another video. I really appreciate y'all coming, and I got a different one for y'all today. So somebody slid in me a little video and said, hey, I want to know what your opinion on this is, and I'm going to be upfront. This has to do with some politically driven type stuff, some stuff we keep seeing in so anyway, the video is titled Kamala Harris Fanboy Gets Owned, and it comes from the Liberty Hangout channel. So without wasting any time, let's get into this and see what this is all about. I hope y'all enjoy it. It's something a little bit different. If you do like it, do me a favor, hit that like button. Let's get in it.
Have you guys been following the Democrats with the Democratic debate? Kamala Harris?
I think she's got a bright future.
Okay.
I'd like to have her. Realistically, I'd like to see some real concrete answers out of her.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything concrete, but I think she has a bright future.
So
How can you feel that somebody has a bright future when you up front are saying that you haven't heard anything concrete out of them? Somebody make that make sense.
something that is concrete is that she would like to ban AR-15s with the use of an executive action if Congress didn't pass any type of gun control to do so within the first 100 days of her taking office. Is that something you would support?
Yeah, absolutely, I'd support that.
Why?
Because those are weapons of war, and unless we're trying to overthrow our government, we don't need them.
So which branch of the military uses AR-15s?
I didn't say that the branch of the military used AR-15s. I said they were weapons of war.
Okay, first of all, the military, our military, are the only ones that are going to go to war. Now, our military does not use AR-15s in war. However, I will say this much. AR-15 platform is derived from what originally was the M16. It's basically the same thing, right? Few minor differences. And then eventually the M16 became the M4. But the M4 platform can't be sold on the civilian market. So they had to change things inside the weapon. And once they made those changes, then they could sell it to the public, right? Now, I just, this weapons of war thing, really, I don't understand it. Hundreds of years ago, right? And even thousands of years ago, if you went to Japan, they used swords as weapons of war. They used bow and arrows as weapons of war. If you go back to medieval times, they used swords as weapons of war. Like, I don't understand this. Because, and I get it. It's because the AR-15 can hold 30 or 30 plus rounds of ammunition. However, the AR-15 is only a semi-automatic weapon, right? But so is a pistol. Like this idea that they have in their head, this thing that they're painting about, it doesn't make sense. Like, literally, a baseball bat can be used as a weapon of war. If you're at war and you smash somebody in the face with a baseball bat, you just used a bat as a weapon of war. Like, what? I don't get. Somebody make it make sense. Again, jeez.
What war did we use them in?
Again, they're just weapons of war.
They're just weapons
What
of
is
war.
a weapon of war?
That's an answer. I'm telling. That's an answer that's being given because he doesn't know what he's talking about. Just throwing that out there.
Or what do you put in that category? How do you name that category?
Well, any kind of weapon that you can use that you don't need to specifically, realistically reload every 6 rounds. Something that you can do mass destruction with. That honestly, like an AR-15, where you can do mass damage in schools and mass damage to people in any other kind of war.
Can you not do that with, let's say, a handgun, a Glock, a 1911?
You can do any kind of damage with 6 rounds. That's why you only need 6 rounds. Why do you need?
All right. I feel like what he's trying to refer to is a revolver. Most revolvers that I've come across are usually 6 rounds. Now, I can tell you that there are speed loaders out there that you can use with a revolver that will make and that will allow you to make very hastily reloads. Obviously not as fast as reloading a magazine, but I will say in the hands of the right person, it's not far from it. So again, you can do mass damage with literally any weapon. I mean, you go run through a school with a sword. I'm pretty sure if you run through there fast enough, you just hold that bad boy out and go take off running. You can get a bunch of people before, probably, I'd be honest with you, you probably hit just as many people just as fast as if you went through the hallways with an AR-15. The only difference is AR-15, you have to reload. You don't have to reload a sword or a knife or a hatchet. I don't know.
So we only need 6 rounds.
I didn't say we only needed 6
Okay.
rounds. That's not what I said. You're putting words in my mouth.
Well, that's why I was asking. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. That's why I
You only did.
Can you not do that with, let's say, a handgun, a Glock, a 1911?
You can do any kind of damage with 6 rounds. That's why you only need 6 rounds. Why do you need?
He literally said you only need 6 rounds.
Glock, a 1911?
You can do any kind of damage with 6 rounds. That's why you only need 6 rounds. Why do you need?
So we only need 6 rounds.
I didn't say we only needed 6
Okay.
rounds.
What? He said, I didn't say you only need 6 rounds, but he just said you only need 6 rounds.
That's not what I said. You're putting words in my mouth.
Well, that's why I was asking. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth. That's why I clarified with you.
I think he has short-term amnesia.
I'm not saying this guy said this. I'm clarifying, so we're not fake news here.
I didn't say that.
Do you think that there should be only 6 rounds, or what's the limit for you?
I didn't say anything about a limit. All I'm saying is that
You did say something about a
specifically
limit.
because we don't necessarily need anything more than 6 rounds for personal use. If you want to go hunting, go hunting.
Okay.
But for weapons of war, like an AR-15 or anything bigger than that, specifically speaking, I don't think you need.
Okay. Bro, all right, this is how you know this dude really don't know what he's talking about. I've seen AR platform, right? I've seen it in 30 cal. I've seen it 5.56. Obviously, it's the most popular is 5.56. I've seen it 22. I've seen it 300 blackout. If my memory serves me correct, I think there was some weirdo that made a 50 cal AR platform. Not like a BMG or whatever, but just one of those people just doing the extreme stuff. I know they have a 7.62 version. They have AR-15 platform, and if I'm wrong, by all means, hit me up in the comments. Let me know. But it comes in a lot of different calibers.
Like an AR-15 or anything bigger than that. Specifically speaking, I don't think you need anything like that for sport.
Oh, this is making my head hurt.
Anything bigger than that. Specifically speaking, I don't think you need anything like that for sport.
Okay,
For
what about
sport.
self-defense?
I mean, don't you think one would do it?
One round
Bullet? Yeah, don't you think one round would do it?
for self-defense?
Yeah.
Self-defense.
You better.
All right. stress shooting. A lot of people are not trained to shoot under stress. And most people, especially those who are not trained to shoot under stress, they're going to miss that target on the first shot. That bullet's going through a wall, the door, it's going through something. Assuming that they break in the door and you happen to stand right there with your pistol next to you. That first reaction shot is, if it hits, it's probably just gonna piss that guy off or girl, whatever. It's gonna be the second, third, fourth shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, my brain is programmed from the military that you don't shoot to wound somebody, right? I know, like, a lot of times, like police officers, stuff like that, like in the military, we're programmed to eliminate the target. So that's what we do. And that if it takes more than a couple of rounds, then, you know, we keep going until the target is eliminated. Now, one round, they go on the ground. The situation dictates. We'll leave it at that.
Be a good shot.
Well, okay.
You better be a damn good shot for only one bullet in a gun.
I mean, is more than one person going to rob your house?
Absolutely. That tends to happen, yeah. Getting mugged by gangs, even walking around downtown Cleveland. It's not a very safe area. I would want several rounds in my firearm.
You think more than one person is going to mug you at any given time?
I think that is a possibility, yes.
Well, so is lightning striking right now, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Okay. But we should be prepared. I mean, do you have a fire extinguisher in your home?
Of course.
The likelihood of you causing a fire is very low, isn't it?
Not necessarily.
Okay. But why would you have that? You know, it's not likely that you're going to catch your... Do you know how to use an oven?
Equating trying to put out a fire in my house to somebody breaking in my house and me shooting them is not the same. That's getting too...
I think the policy,
It's kind... I mean... The idea behind it is kind of the same. Like the potential of somebody actually coming in, breaking into your house is very similar to the idea that the potential of you causing a fire in your house is kind of the same. It's not likely to happen, but there is a potential for it to happen. Now, varying differences of potential according to statistics, I don't know, but it's still there.
In my house and me shooting them is not the same. That's getting too... I
think the policy, the premise is the same, is that you don't want more than one round in a bullet in a firearm because you don't think the likelihood of more than one person robbing me is, you know, it's not there. You only need one. So what happens when I shoot someone that's trying to me and it misses, and I only had that one chance to prevent myself from being or killed by somebody that is stronger than me, is bigger than me, he's about to hurt me. I only have one round. What if I miss? Am I just out of luck?
That's... You're adding 2 + 2 and getting potato. They're two completely separate issues.
Potato?
Banning AR-15s,
Okay.
although not necessarily the right answer.
Okay.
It's the idea that we don't necessarily need access for everybody to have those things.
Well, we don't have that currently. Not everybody has access
That's true.
to that by the federal government, by state governments. Black market, yes, because gun control has shown not to work. So people do have access to that shouldn't. Do you think it's okay to ban someone else's property with the use of an executive action by the force of the government? Because when they ban that, who's going to come to your door and make sure you don't have those? Government officials, police with guns, guns that we aren't allowed to have as civilians. How do we give that?
I dread the day that somebody walks up to my door and tells me I have to give my weapons up. It's gonna be a sad day at my house.
With guns, guns that we aren't allowed to have as civilians. How do we give that force and that power to the government to come and do that to us as private citizens? How is that okay? How do you stand for that?
Nobody's specifically saying that anybody's going to come to your house and take guns. That's not what we're after. All we're asking for is safe ownership by professionals or by people who are trained and...
Okay, first off, if you intend on banning AR-15s, that means people can't have them, right? So if people can't have them and they possess them, that means they are breaking the law. And that's what these people are wanting. Now he's backtracking.
All we're asking for is safe ownership by professionals or by people who are trained and know how to use these. People that know how to lock them up. Banning them specifically to people like myself, who I have no professional training with firearms. I should not be allowed to own that kind of weapon of war because I don't know how to use it.
You keep saying weapon of war. What standard and what characteristics of a firearm has to be there to be a weapon of war?
Again, weapons that can be used to cause significant amounts of damage in very short amount of time.
So cars.
Again, 2 + 2 is not potato.
Cars kill more people than firearms every year. Are they weapons of war?
True.
That's
actually
again,
true.
I'm pretty sure people of a certain religion like to run people over with cars.
I don't know about that.
Listen, you're generalizing people, and that's absolutely incorrect.
You're generalizing gun owners, I would say.
No, I said responsible gun ownership. I said specifically that I shouldn't have. I'm not generalizing anything. You're sitting here generalizing people and trying to put words in my mouth.
Okay.
Because you think I'm going to answer a certain way. I'm not answering that.
No, you did, and I think we got really good content. So thank you so much. Check us out at Liberty Hangout.
Yo. Oh. She literally just told the dude that appreciate the content, homie.
.org. Do you guys support free speech?
Absolutely.
All right. One for one, I guess. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Yo. All right. Responsible gun ownership, I stand behind that 100%. You'll never bend me, period. I feel like everybody is entitled to, or let me take that back. Not entitled. I think everybody has the privilege to own a weapon, right? Responsibly. Go get training. Do you have to have training? No. But the responsible thing is if you don't know how to handle a firearm, please go get some kind of training. Does it have to be formal training? No. Go find somebody that has weapons and knows how to shoot them and knows how to take care of them and knows how to handle them, and have them teach you how to do that. Now, I personally would suggest to go find a professional. That way you make sure that you're getting good, accurate, and knowledgeable information so that you know how to handle these things in a very safe manner. So, but that's, I mean, oh, this weapons of war thing. I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't understand the idea behind, oh, well, these weapons of war. There was once upon a time where a guy used to put a rock inside of a pouch on the end of a rope and would fling it around at somebody and let the rock hit him in the head. That was a weapon of war. A weapon of war is, in my opinion, literally anything you can use to hurt somebody else. I will forever and always have weapons to protect my home and my family. I feel bad for a person that decides to come into my home with the idea of hurting anybody who's inside my home. But this was very entertaining. I enjoyed it. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thank you. Y'all take care. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.